Samurai versus ninja, the untold truth that shatters every myth. You've heard the stories. Samurai, the noble warrior bound by honor. Ninja, the silent assassin slipping through the night. Two forces locked in eternal conflict, or so we were told. But the truth is far more complicated and far more fascinating. Because samurai and ninja were never simple opposites. In fact, their worlds overlapped. Their roles blended. And at times, the lines between them disappeared completely. Today, we tear down the myths one by one. We follow the trail of real documents, overlooked facts, and forgotten political motives. And by the end, the samurai and ninja you think you know will vanish. Their roles blended, and at times, the lines between them disappeared completely. Today, we tear down the myths one by one. We follow the trail of real documents, overlooked facts, and forgotten political motives. And by the end, the samurai and ninja you think you know will vanish. And what remains is a story more thrilling than any legend. For decades, movies, anime, and video games have repeated the same story: samurai and ninja were natural enemies. Samurai defended order. Ninja destroyed it. It's a compelling narrative, but historically, it's completely wrong. The truth? Ninja worked for samurai far more often than they worked against them. In fact, some of the most famous ninja clans like the Iga and Koga were hired, funded, protected, and even commanded by powerful samurai families. Ninja were not rebels fighting against authority. They were a tool, a highly specialized intelligence service used by samurai lords to win battles without drawing blood. Espionage, infiltration, night raids, reconnaissance — these were not acts of rebellion. They were part of samurai warfare. And here's the twist: many ninja were samurai themselves. Yes, the very people Hollywood pits against each other were often the same individuals wearing different roles depending on the mission. A samurai by day, a covert agent by night. Not dishonorable, simply practical. Japan's Warring States period wasn't a stage for moral purity. It was a time of survival. Every warlord needed information. Every clan needed eyes and ears. And so, ninja weren't a separate species of shadow warriors. They were the hidden arm of samurai power. The real conflict was never samurai versus ninja. It was samurai versus samurai using ninja as their invisible weapons. History is not a duel between white and black. It is a web of gray. Hollywood loves to show ninja using magical tools. Smoke bombs that explode like fireworks, chains with impossible reach, and sometimes even supernatural powers that bend reality. But real ninja? They didn't need fantasy. Their greatest weapon was strategy. In historical records, ninja equipment was shockingly practical. Simple rope, grappling hooks, fire-starting tools, small knives, lightweight armor, and most importantly, information. Their job wasn't to fight epic duels. It was to avoid fighting entirely. A dead ninja cannot deliver intelligence. A captured ninja reveals secrets. So, survival was the core of ninjutsu. And about those famous stars, the ninja shuriken you see everywhere? They were tools of distraction, not deadly killing weapons. Thrown not to pierce, but to create a moment, a heartbeat of confusion to escape or reposition. Even the black ninja suit is a myth. Real ninja dressed as farmers, merchants, pilgrims — anything that allowed them to blend seamlessly into the background. Their power was not supernatural. It was the power of invisibility through normality. Ninja defeated enemies before the battle even began by gathering secrets, spreading disinformation, and striking at the weakest points of human psychology. No magic, just mastery of human nature. We often imagine samurai as flawless warriors, stoic, noble, and guided by an unwavering code called Bushido. But here's the truth: for most of Japanese history, Bushido didn't exist. Not in the form people think of today. Before the 17th century, there was no single document, no unified moral code, and no strict rulebook for samurai behavior. Samurai weren't monks. They were professional fighters, loyal when convenient, ruthless when necessary. In the Warring States period, survival mattered more than morality. Samurai betrayed allies, switched sides, launched night raids, and used deception as freely as any ninja. Honor was important, but it was flexible. The idealized Bushido we imagine today was created after the age of real warfare. During the peaceful Edo period, scholars and moralists rewrote samurai history, painting warriors as paragons of virtue to maintain social order. It was propaganda disguised as philosophy. The real code of samurai was much simpler: win, protect your clan, survive. If trickery worked, they used it. If alliances helped, they made them. If betrayal preserved their clan, some chose that path too. Samurai were human, not divine symbols of honor. Their world was not a legend carved in stone. It was a battlefield shaped by choices, consequences, and the harsh reality of power. After breaking apart the myths, we're left with a truth far more fascinating than fiction. Samurai and ninja were not opposites. They were two sides of the same survival strategy. Samurai controlled the visible world: armies, castles, diplomacy, authority. Ninja controlled the invisible world: intelligence, secrets, infiltration, psychological warfare. Together, they formed a complete system of power. A samurai lord who ignored intelligence was doomed. A ninja without samurai protection had no resources, no funding, and no reason to exist. Their relationship was not rivalry, it was symbiosis. Even the idea of honor versus deception collapses under historical reality. Samurai used deception. Ninja acted honorably toward their employers. Both served their clans. Both believed in loyalty, but loyalty to outcomes, not ideals. If anything, the distinction between them is modern imagination. The real difference was simply role. Samurai fought when the enemy could be seen. Ninja fought when the enemy could not. One wielded steel, the other wielded shadows, but both fought for the same masters, the same territories, the same survival. And when Japan finally unified and peace settled, both roles began to fade: samurai becoming bureaucrats, ninja blending back into ordinary life. Yet the legends remained. Maybe the most powerful myth is this: that samurai and ninja stood apart. In truth, they stood together, two indispensable parts of Japan's hidden political engine. Understanding this doesn't make the legends less magical. It makes the real history far more extraordinary. Because the true story of Japan isn't about warriors or assassins, it's about how power works in the shadows. And that story is only just beginning. Thank you for watching. Japan's history still hides countless secrets, and we're just getting started. If you want to uncover more mysteries of samurai, ninja, and ancient Japan, subscribe and join us on this journey through time.